Hello. Little rant. Little rant. This is going to be a very quick video where I just complain about something I watched because I'm gonna be honest, the movie has been living in my head rent free because I can't stop thinking about how fucking terrible it was. And that's Blonde. So, Blonde is, before I say that, comment what you think the movie's about because you won't guess, right? Because the movie doesn't even tell you what it's really about. Blonde is not a biopic. You think it's a biopic because it's how it's advertised. That's what it looks like. It never tells you it's not. It doesn't say it in the little Netflix thing. When you look and read what the movie's about, it just says this is what the movie's about. Um, it doesn't tell you at the beginning of the movie. It only tells you at the end of the fucking movie during the credits. And I don't even think it tells you what it's actually about. It says it's based on a book, but they don't tell you exactly what that means. Blonde is a book written by someone who's stupid. I don't like them either. I don't know who they are, but they wrote such a stupid book. I have to imagine they're fucking stupid. It's a okay, heavily fictionalized. This is verbatim. This is what it said on Google. Heavily fictionalized historic biopic thing. Something like that. It was like heavily fictionalized history. That's not history. That's not how that works. It's just fiction. Let's just get that out of the way. That is fucking fiction, except you can't do that with a real person. That's crazy. This movie is just, hey, Marilyn Monroe is getting abused in this scene. And in this scene, Marilyn Monroe is getting abused. And then in the next scene, you'll never guess what happens. She's getting abused. And the next scene, she's getting abused. And the next scene, she's getting abused. I swear to God, Martyrs is less of has less fucking like shit in their movie. I'm not kidding. Imagine how crazy that is for a second. A movie about violence has less violence and less fucked up shit than a biopic about Marilyn Monroe. That's insane. Okay, but that's what the movie does, right? And the movie acts like her life was so fucking terrible, and it might have been. It might have been pretty bad, but they never show any of her accomplishments or anything good. They literally just acted as her life was just so terrible. Like, they don't even really show her, like, it's weird. It's really weird. And they have a lot of plot points that are just never happened. She had, there's this one's, I don't even, half of the shit I can't even talk about. Because I don't want to spread the misinformation that this movie spreads. Because I think the biggest problem of this movie is that you're going to watch it. Many people are going, and you can't blame them. You can't blame people because the way the movie is marketed and the way it reads and the way it's presented, they're going to look at it and go, oh, this really happened. Except a majority of it didn't. What the fuck are you doing? I cannot believe that this movie was made. I can't. For that reason alone, could you imagine someone making a movie about your life and then being like, yeah, but we're going to change everything. Yeah, we're gonna make assumptions and throw some shit in. Like, what? What do you mean? That's so fucking insane. Like, I don't imagine Marilyn Monroe, if she was alive today, would be like, yeah, I want to make a movie where someone sees me get assaulted every scene from my childhood and my mom and my fucking husbands and these producers. It's just disgusting the way they present it. And so many fucking people online are defending this movie in the most you know how I know movies when a movie is bad? When the defense is, well, you just didn't get it. Actually you don't, this movie's kind of deep. You just don't get it, guys. It's got deeper messages. That's when I know your movie's fucking stupid. And there's no defense for this movie. Absolutely none. I can understand if it was, fiction or whatever. Who cares? It's a little gross, but maybe that's the point. And if you wanted to do that, fine. But using a real person, insane, to change shit up. And then halfway, okay, I gotta talk about one scene. I'm not gonna say anything besides this one scene, and I have to emphasize, this is fucking stupid and didn't happen. Marilyn Monroe did have apparently many miscarriages. I looked it up. I was so shocked by the fact that this movie, so I had to look shit up. She had many miscarriages, which is tragic. Now, I want to really quickly say this. In the movie, she has an abortion. No she did not, apparently. From what I saw, she didn't. So that's bullshit. And then the movie does something so insane where she gets pregnant again and she has a miscarriage. And the movie shows this in the most insane way again. It's just half the time you don't even know what's happening. Because it feels like a dream almost sometimes. It's just weird. It's just weird. I could go on, but she has it, and then she... God, I can't even say this. I don't even want to say this because it's so disgusting. She starts talking to her unborn fetus. I believe it was right before she has a miscarriage. She starts talking to her unborn fetus. And they just throw in some crazy pro-life shit, like out of left field. I'm talking like the movie is just going along, you know, shitty. It's going, and then out of nowhere, it's just like, boom, holy shit, do you see that? She's talking to a fetus. What the fuck's going on? I had to stop watching. And I made a mistake, right? Because I'm 2 hours into this 3-hour movie, and I pause it, and I realize, oh my god, there's an hour left. Oh my god, I have to watch an hour more. And that hour felt like another 3. I swear to god, this movie didn't end. The last 30 minutes, I swear to god, the last 30 minutes of this movie is just her alone in a house, dying. What is that? Who writes that? What is your fucking problem? For example, just for an example, Elvis, a real biopic. Could you imagine if the last 30 minutes of that movie is just Elvis, like, dying on the toilet for 30 minutes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. Genuinely. And you know what sucks is the movie it looks good, it's shot interesting, I think the acting from everyone is pretty good. I think all of that, and the soundtrack is great, all of that is wasted. Because this movie sucks. I don't want to ever hear anything about this movie ever again. This movie should never have been made. It's terrible. It's disgusting, and I hate it. I think this goes beyond just, hey, this is a bad movie, and more like, this is disrespectful to the person you made this movie about, and it should have never been made. And I've seen some really messed up movies, but the difference is they are fake. They're fake movies about fake people in fake situations. So you can do that. They're characters. Marilyn Monroe isn't a character. She's a real person. The people in this movie are real people, and you have to treat them with respect. This movie didn't. They did not. They did not. No such thing. And I think that is truly, truly gross. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. One more. It's just disgusting. I cannot. Do not watch this movie. Do not support it. No, nothing. I really hope that this movie is getting bad reviews, which it deserves. It deserves nothing, absolutely nothing. Normally, you know, I like I said, this goes beyond like you like a movie, you don't like a movie. This is respect for human life, and I'm serious because I do believe movies can have an impact. And I think the biggest problem, like I said, when you're looking at it, when you're just watching it, you think it's a biopic. You think this really happened. You are trusting the director and the writers that you are being presented with a true story. It never opened. You know how movies open with this is based on true events, or this didn't actually happen this way? That never happens. Even when at the end they never tell you that this is fiction. It's crazy. It's disgusting and stupid. I have no idea. And so many people are like, oh, you just didn't expect this movie to... You just expect it to be like a normal... It's not anything. This movie is nothing. It's terrible. It's distasteful and gross. And it's a waste of so many talented people, because you can tell that everyone gave a shit. They gave it great performances. I mean, it's crazy to me that you wasted so much talent on such a worthless piece of shit movie. I hate this movie. It might actually be worse than Father Stew. I think I'd rather watch Father Stew, because at least Father Stew doesn't try to hide the fact that it's a piece of shit movie. This movie is being very deceptive in its presentation, and it pisses me off. I hate that shit. At least Father Stew just straight up goes, hey, guess what? This is religious propaganda. This movie, it doesn't do anything like it. It just pretends like it's some fucking impactful piece of art, when in fact it's nothing. It's nothing. This does nothing for anyone, except manipulate people and change everyone's perception of Marilyn Monroe, because they're going to watch this movie and they're going to take away shit that never happened as fact, because you present it as fact. Fuck you, movie. This movie's shit. I hate this movie. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Don't watch this. Fuck this movie. And yeah, see you later, guys. Thumbs up. Leave a like.